Brought to you by FandomFest.com. It's the internet's most intellectually stimulating radio program, Nerdosphere, with your hosts, Sam Cornett, Zach Schuler, and Dan Nations. Let's get nerdy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nerdosphere, your one-stop shop for everything nerdy. My name is Samuel Redband, and I'm the host of this thing called Nerdosphere. And sitting to my left is my friend Zachary
Pudding and Pie.
Pudding and Pie. He received that name on the last. It was the last show.
Yeah,
It was the last show. Zachary Dacry, Pudding and Pie. What do you think of that?
That's craziness.
Isn't it crazy? And then we have Daniel's back. Daniel's back.
I missed you so much.
I got past my leprosy.
We're going to call this
You look
episode
great, man. The skin looks good.
Missing Nations. He does. You don't even have the Scarface thing going anymore.
There's a little bit there.
You're not doing the Tony Montana. I tell you this, man. Your beard looks nice.
Man.
I try to keep it trim.
It looks clean and coiffed. You got a nice hat going. Clean, new jacket. What's your shirt? Daniel always wears a different shirt.
No, this isn't a
Cthulhu.
You've had that one on
and
before.
the Raven.
You said that one on before. Well, folks, welcome to the Nerdosphere. We talk about geeky, nerdy things here.
Poe versus Lovecraft.
It was.
Yes, it is.
How badass
Indeed.
is that?
You wear the awesome shirts, dude.
If you haven't heard of us,
T-Fury.
check us out on Facebook. Don't be promoting other people's shit. No, I like T-Fury, actually, myself. Ripped Apparel. Check us out on Facebook, Facebook.com/Nerdosphere. You can follow us there, and on Twitter also, we be tweeting. So tonight we got some cool stuff planned. Daniel's back in the mix, and we got our friend Ryan, who was here on the
With his
podcast
brother,
previously.
Rob.
With his brother, and they're twins.
We're brothers. We're
They're
happy and we're singing, but we're not colored.
Thank you. I was waiting for you to see
Come
where
on,
that
you
was.
remember the
I
way
remember.
To see where that was headed. We're gonna start with the California raisins jokes here. So they're going to be on to discuss the
Best and worst superhero twins in
Thank
comics
you.
and cartoons.
which I think that's a really cool.
It's appropriate,
topic.
right?
It
They're
is.
twins,
Right.
and they're going to do all. They're going to do it all telepathically.
They're going to do it all
We're
telepathically.
going to have to do closed captions to show what they're thinking.
That's
It's going to be awesome. Good rating. It's good podcast material.
superhero incest. Oh my goodness! Now to start things off, because they're doing that tonight, I have a couple of twin jokes that I wanted to just throw out here. Just a couple of things. See, you guys are on the other side of the camera. You
can't walk in now.
Can't
Can't
walk
ruin
in.
it.
Okay, so here, all right. So this guy says I've been having sex with this beautiful woman who's a twin, and my friend asked me how I told her apart from the other twin. I said it's easy. Her brother has a beard. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm very close to my identical twin brother. We even finish each other's sentences, which is nice since he's now serving 30 years for the rape I committed.
Can you guys identify with that at all?
It's thick in here. My neighbor just gave birth to Siamese twins, and I've knitted them a W neck sweater as a gift.
That's a V-neck sweater.
Oh my goodness!
They're not.
All right.
I think I prefer conjoined now. I don't think Siamese is.
I went out.
like you don't
Insensitive bastard.
Just like you don't call Asians Orientals.
That's a rug, not a person.
I went out with a joined at the buttock Siamese twin for a while, but she finished with me. She found out that I was seeing her sister behind her back. That's just sad.
I can't find a picture for that.
Good luck
We'll
with
have
that.
to pose for that later.
That's all I got. Twin drugs. Bring it, gentlemen. All right. So let's get into. First of all, have we announced any Phantom Fest guests? If
Not
you haven't
yet,
checked it
no.
out, go to phantomfest.com.
We have to wait for Ken.
www.phantomfest.com.
It's gonna be
Coolest
awesome.
convention in the Midwest. Ton of stars. A lot of fun. Fright Night Film Fest. If you haven't checked that out, it's the largest genre horror film convention in the United States, which is pretty awesome. And so no news with that, but we'll keep you posted. You can also follow them on Facebook and Twitter. Zachary's got some stuff, so why don't you start with your
Shut up.
big soggy Mickey Mouse penis.
Well, we always got to start off with Disney, right?
How do you know it's soggy?
Yeah.
Just picture it like a diaper, just wet. Just a big wet mouse
Big
diaper.
news for Disney fans attending South by Southwest in Austin this March. Mondo has announced they're opening an exhibition at their gallery in Austin during South by Southwest.
Oh shit! The guys that made the drinks back in the day,
What?
the blue ones that
Not
you
Mondo.
No, not Mondo. Not that Mondo.
Well, yeah, I'm all excited.
So South by Southwest is
Those were good, though, weren't they?
Southwest is March 7th through the 11th. The gallery is titled "Nothing's Impossible," and they partnered with Oh My Disney to feature limited edition artwork from Disney classics. To celebrate the news, they've debuted a print by Ken Taylor for Disney's Alice in Wonderland, which you can see right here.
Right
It's
above,
pretty sweet.
Right
So
above my head.
yeah, now I want to go to Austin.
It's dripping on me. Now it's in my collar. Zach, change it.
All right.
Sorry.
So I just went and saw the Lego Movie today.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it good?
It was very well done. Ken and I laughed through the
I
entire
bet
thing.
that's good high. I bet it is.
All right, so they showed the trailer for Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I think everybody knows that Rhino and Electro are going to be super villains.
Like, isn't Rhino like a robot?
He's a robot, yeah. But if you've seen pictures of Paul Giamatti, they've got his head shaved, or at least the skull cap on. They've got markers all over him, and he's in this other kind of thing where he's traveling around, and it's this big gray mass of foam that he's moving around.
Paul Giamatti is that?
He plays the Rhino.
That's who's playing him.
All right, so you get to see.
Find me a sandwich.
You get to see a little snippet of the Green Goblin, because
Really?
Harry and Norman Osborn both are going to be in this, and then you also get to see they show Oscorp. They do a pan across the screen, and inside these display cases are Doc Ock's arms and the Vulture's wings, cybernetic arms and wings. So, which is that kind of foreshadow.
I love how you talk with your hands.
They're
It's cute.
foreshadowing who the
foreshadowing.
new villains are going to be.
Spirit fingers.
I wonder, do you think this is going to suffer from the pitfall of most hero
Well, that's what I
movies
was saying. We
where
get a
they
glimpse
have
of them.
too many villains
Right? Do we
in
think?
one flick?
What does everyone think about that? About having too many villains? Because we had Sandman and Venom and
I don't know that you can have too many villains. I think villains are good. I like villains.
kind of outweigh the.
Yeah. Well,
I just
but
mean
see, but
the
then
pro-
the heroes have to overcome so much more.
The problem in the past is if you have too many villains, then it's hard to focus on
Yeah, it's
one.
like Batman having the Penguin, and who else?
Penguin and
No,
no, no.
Catwoman and
Yeah,
Riddler.
and then after that it was like Riddler, Two-Face,
Yeah.
Iceman, and Poison Ivy. It was too much.
It's hard for you to like
That and the fact that Joel Schumacher directed them. That was the other thing. But besides
bat
that,
nipples.
which I'm sporting those today.
No, you're sporting Avengers nipples.
You must like ice cube up before you
I
come
do.
down to the podcast.
It's cold down here in the podcast room. All right, so I don't know if you guys watch the Effects channel, but they've been showing commercials or little teasers for a new thing from Guillermo del Toro called
Guillermo del
The
Toro.
Strain.
You got to roll your R's, baby.
Guillermo.
Work the
Guillermo.
tongue. Use
I
the
can't
tongue.
do it.
Guillermo del Toro. All right,
I
so
can't roll 'em.
The Strain is an upcoming vampire horror television series that is in production at FX. It was created by Del Toro and Chuck Hogan. It's based on their novel trilogy of the same name, which I'm currently reading right now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Was
it's
it good?
very
Right on.
yeah. And Ryan will tell you too when he comes on this. It's a good book.
Tell us, Ryan, is it good? Yeah,
No one can hear your thumb, Ryan.
It's all right. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's
Big
good.
thumbs up. All right, so a 13-episode first season was ordered on November 19th, 2013. It's set to
For FX.
yeah, and it's
Right
set to
on.
premiere in July.
Cool. Very
It's
cool.
pretty sweet, and the premise of the story is as follows: the plane lands at JFK with the lights off, doors sealed, and they bring in the CDC.
I saw the preview for that.
Right.
Yeah.
On board, they
Had to
find
jog that stoner memory.
200 corpses. They find 200. Do you like jazz? Let me play you something. Okay. So they find 200 corpses and 4 survivors on the flight, and so basically that goes through the premise of these people somehow get this vampire virus and they start changing.
It looks good. Looks good.
No
So
more
it's kind of
spoilers.
like The Stand meets I Am Legend.
Well, if you look at the picture up here, the vampires look a lot like Del Toro's Reapers from Blade 2.
Oh yeah.
And they've got a long. I don't want to give too much away about what their physiology is. You'll get to see that during the show, but it's very similar to the Reapers from Blade 2. These are not your Twilight vampires, people. These are nasty, nasty, nasty ass vampires. You do
Twilight
not-
vampires.
They don't even shower.
You do not want to be these
are
type
not
of
at all.
vampires.
They're not at all scary.
Things when you turn into these vampires, things start falling off of you.
When you turn into Twilight vampires, things start falling in you.
You start to glisten.
You start.
and glow.
You start.
and shimmer.
You start to shimmer. Anytime you shimmer.
That's all I've got.
Okay, good, great. I have something I want to talk about real quick. It's not even my news, but it just snapped into my head because we were talking about it last week.
What was that?
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing.
Oh yeah.
What part of
I'm
you?
so. I
Have
just.
you- have you
God,
seen the-
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
so
They took the
angry.
models off, but I got to see them before they.
I think.
And I also
that
got to see Megan Fox as April.
Yeah.
She looks pretty
On
good.
what planet does that stupid imbecile of a bitch get to play April O'Neil. April O'Neil was intelligent. She was supposed to be a journalist.
Now she's just going to be hot.
I'm not even sure Megan Fox can sign her own name.
Whoopi Goldberg is playing her middle-aged white boss.
Don't get me wrong, she's hot. Really? Whoopi Goldberg is?
I don't think they're doing like an Eddie Murphy thing.
I do like how they've taken
Would be
care
funny,
of
though.
how they're showing the turtles. I kind of dig that. I mean, they're it's a different.
thought-
With their
here's
sewer samurai armor?
no, that's
cardboard
just
boxes?
one. Well, they're the ones I saw weren't like that.
I thought
I
the
can't
turtle.
get into
I
it.
thought
Shredder
the turtles
looks very,
themselves- anime.
Super Shredder.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, oh, God.
I thought the
Oh,
turtles
did you see the
themselves
van?
were good.
Did you see the turtle van?
No.
All right, I'll show it up here. You'll have to wait till I.
God.
It's
Oh, it's bad.
it's not bad. They made it look a lot like the toy.
Did
Really?
they? Did they really?
It's got wheels that kind of come out. They kind of like monster truck wheels type of thing.
Michael Bay, stop ruining my childhood.
Are they going to do the blimp as well?
I'm look
I
at me,
don't
I'm
know.
serious.
Anyway,
I want to
stop.
see the rabbit. What was the rabbit's name?
Usagi Yojimbo.
Usagi Yojimbo.
The turtles themselves looked all right. I didn't like the costuming.
I think those are just design ideas. I don't think they're really.
I don't
you
know.
don't know.
I saw an actual an actual mock-up, not.
All I've seen is the guy wearing the giant gray turtle outfit with all the tracking markers on it.
Wait, that's all you've seen?
No, that's all I've seen of how kind of big they're going to be. But I've
No,
seen the
I-
designs. Yeah.
I didn't see anybody in a costume.
No,
or
no,
whatever,
you will.
But I saw some.
I've got
some
production photos.
I saw some digital art.
No,
not-
I've got
not
the
just
production
the
photos.
statues.
No, I've got the production
He's
photos.
gonna do them.
I got the production photos from the movie. You'll
Right
get to
on.
see Megan.
It just kills me to watch my childhood.
Megan looks good.
Who gives a shit if she looks good? Okay, she's hot, but she's not April O'Neil.
Was April a really three-dimensional character in the cartoon?
April was like
Not really.
She was the catalyst for
Pretty
the whole.
much, she was kind of.
They're always having to save her ass.
There you go.
It's a stupid idea.
Well, she was always putting herself in
that
awkward
So she
journalistic
obviously
situation.
was not. She was no Lois Lane.
With that hairstyle, I imagine she's rocking some like primo '80s bush. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bush is on the way back, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not talking about the president.
or the Gavin Rosdell band.
Come on, I would buy a new Bush
No,
album.
Gwen Stefani killed that band. but-
Gwen Stefani killed rock.
Wow.
Touche.
Just saying.
Radio Shack Super Bowl commercial.
Awesome.
That was fun.
Have you seen? It's an actual whole campaign. Like there's more commercials.
Really?
Really?
Look on YouTube.
Ah.
They got one with Hulk Hogan and Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah.
They got one with Alf.
Well, they were all on that original
yeah,
premise.
yeah.
Alf and
Oh, well, I guess I didn't
Jason,
see all.
Chucky.
No, Alf and-
No, I'm talking about single commercials.
Oh.
Like
no,
there's
I
one
haven't
with
seen
Jason where he's using a 3D copier, and he's making something, and this guy comes up and he's trying to upsell it to him and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I see you're already operating it." And he's like, "What's this?" And he pulls it out, and it's the key to the dude's house. He's like, "This looks a lot like my key," and Jason slowly pulls it away from him.
That's awesome.
And
great.
Alf's like rocking to some gangster rap. It's
That's
pretty-
hilarious,
Like it's a whole
dude.
campaign. Like they didn't just bring him in for
Chewing
that
on
one
a cat
commercial.
popsicle.
What was this thing with cats?
He likes cats.
Oh no,
He likes to
they-
eat
no!
cats.
The guy shows him on the TV a picture of a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's like, "Look, and it does this," and he's like, "Oh, a cooking show."
I read about this guy. It was in like Scotland or somewhere. It was like a festival, like some kind of drinking fest. And
cats?
somebody bet this crazy son of a bitch that he couldn't eat a live cat. And he did. He ate a cat alive.
Bones and all.
I guess.
I mean, it probably wasn't alive for the whole thing.
If you start from the back, it would be.
Say, what if he started with the tail? Like, how do you make the decision where to take a bite?
How do you
Man,
hold that thing while it's
I don't know. That's
start from the middle?
It's a gruesome thought.
That's how he eats his hot dogs.
It's not. I eat other things though.
All right, so I also wanted to talk about this AMC Preacher series. Have you ever looked at the Preacher comics?
Yeah, I'm
I
familiar.
can't believe
Deeply
that AMC
disturbing.
is doing it to
Yeah.
begin with.
I don't know
It's-
how they're going
I
to do
wasn't
it.
a big
really.
fan of the
Joseph.
Preacher comics.
I really dug it. Seth Rogen and was it Evan Goldberg?
Yeah.
They're doing the script. I don't know if they're like show running it or what. It says they'll write and executive produce.
Wow.
So
You know what I'd like to see them do? Midnight Suns. You remember that? Yes, Morbius, Werewolf by Night. I mean, you get
Midnight
Johnny Blaze.
I'm surprised that's not one of those
Blade.
Netflix shows.
It'd be awesome.
It would be awesome.
If they're doing these mashups, if they're doing Avengers, they're doing Justice League, let's get some obscure. They're doing Guardians of the Galaxy. Why you would pick that?
They're
one?
already talking about a sequel to that
No, are they?
for like May 2016.
No shit.
Anyway,
It's not even out yet. We don't even know if it's
No.
going to do well. I mean, it'll do well because it's Marvel, but
as long as Vin Diesel does his dance that he did for Dark Horse, that would be awesome. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Have you
see
seen
that.
Katy?
I haven't
I'm
watched
starting to
the
dig on
Critic.
Katy Perry, guys. I don't know what happened. That Dark Horse came out. I'm like, I could see that.
Katy Perry?
Oh,
You
yeah.
weren't digging on Katy Perry before?
No, not really.
she's like, what's her face?
You know,
Zoe
Zoe
Deschanel.
Deschanel.
Except
give
a
you
hot,
that.
bustier version of Zoe Deschanel.
here, you know what? I'm going to ruin it for you. Ready? Russell Brand's been inside her.
It doesn't matter. Little bit of
I like Russell, though.
little
I
bit
think
of
he's
Billo, a
funny.
little bit of Ajax. Let's clear that right up.
Hey, nothing around antibiotics can't cure. What else you got going over there, Daniel Nation?
Paul Bettany is going to be playing Vision. He's already done the voice in the Iron Man flicks as Jarvis.
Jarvis. He
Jarvis.
does a great job as Jarvis.
I guess they've been doing some costuming, whatnot.
they're gonna have
tests.
to they're gonna have to do a CGI.
Yeah, but I mean,
they'll scan
they're,
him. I would
They're
imagine.
doing like
Yeah.
armor stuff too, like Iron Man sort of stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I don't know what all they're doing.
Because they did armor for Green Goblin.
And they
in
said
this.
something about there's going to be a cape, but it'll be like a retractable deal or something.
cool,
Like
yeah.
he won't be using it all the time.
Roll it up.
like boobs at the boobs.
Only
at
if it does that.
Like one of those like
That
nasty hotel like shades like in the crack horror ones where you pull it down, it snaps.
Oh, I used to have those in my room as a kid.
Did you?
Heaven forbid you're sleeping in the middle of the night and one of those things just goes flying. You never seen a kid float off the bed over the monster's arms out the door before. Did you ever used to go like before you jump in bed and you're just standing there with the light and you're timing the jump
Staring
from
at-
there to
staring
your
at
bed?
yourself in front of
So
the mirror.
yeah, because you don't want the thing grabbing you from underneath the bed, right? So you turn the light off and then you run and jump. You know, you never did that as a kid?
It was,
Help me
more
out
like,
here,
it
guys.
was more like a bathroom down the hallway sort of thing.
Well, they leave a light. My parents would leave a light on.
From, not to.
You know, I
You
just
might lose
I'm
something.
I'm learning a lot
It's
about
amazing how I got into horror movies.
why
from
you
that.
two are the way you are now.
You don't know anything. You think you know.
You emotional cripple. There's a monster under my
I was an
bed.
only child.
Yeah, well, that
I
explains it.
imagination, baby.
Well, you just
Imagination.
I had a real monster under my bed.
It's like
His name was Klaus.
He was a touchy feely uncle.
The hands coming out, and they're reaching for you as you try to jump in bed.
Speaking of that, Krampus.
I got the minstrel Krampus.
Kevin Smith said he's going to be shooting the Krampus flick before Clerks 3 because, well, no one's done a Krampus flick and anybody can grab it from him at any time, and nobody but him's doing Clerks 3.
Well,
Right.
he needs to do Krampus.
What he needs to do is like a movie where this guy
Because you know what?
gets
That's
into
what
a
happened with
giant
Moon.
walrus costume or something.
Goon, yeah.
Tusk.
Goon came out before.
Why
What
did
was it,
somebody
Hit
think of that?
Somebody?
Is somebody doing that?
Kevin,
Dude, we need to jump on that right now.
What?
We need to do something about a guy in a walrus suit where he starts turning into a walrus. I think no one's thought of
You know who'd be great in that? Justin Long.
Yes.
He would be fantastic in that. He
Michael
would.
Parks.
Michael.
You gotta get Michael Parks.
Hell
Somebody make this movie.
Kevin Smith should do it.
Kevin Smith should totally do it. Because Kevin's pretty and he's nice. He's been on our podcast.
And he hugged you.
He did hug me, and he liked my chicken. That's a true story, real shit.
And he has a beautiful beard.
He does have
He has a great beard.
great beard.
That's why
And
we
I was
started
surprised
going.
with how much tech he had around him during the show.
Oh, he was like
surrounded with social media and
He
everything.
looked like the drummer from Emerson, Lake and Palmer, except
I've,
it was all.
I've never seen somebody drop so much Red Bull in the span of an hour as he did. We actually stopped before we went to the TV stations to find a Red Bull. We went to this crappy gas station. He came out. He's like, "They got some!" He jumps in the car and we go off to the TV
Like,
station.
did you have to go to more than one?
Oh yeah. Well, the radio station went to. They had a refrigerator full of it. He's like, "Can I? Oh my gosh, can I grab some of that, dude?" He's like,
was
"Yeah."
was he like smuggling?
Dude, he was hopped up on Red Bull for
I
sure.
bet his heart's like. I'm surprised there's somebody that doesn't follow him around with crash paddles.
He's kind of like
Clear!
a real life Looney Tune.
Literally, yeah.
Okay, so that wasn't Looney Tunes. I don't know what the hell that was.
This was the
idea.
circus music.
Anyway, so tonight we have a very special treat. We're going to have two friends, two brothers.
They're friends and brothers
Friends
of each other.
They're happy and they're singing and they're white.
They're certainly
One
not
of them-
mother lovers, though.
One of them is sporting a Batman shirt, which is odd. 'cause
He'll tell
he's
you why.
super-
He'll
oh,
tell
he's
you
gonna-
why,
He's going to tell
yeah.
me why here in a
Yeah.
second. Okay, so you guys are going to enjoy this. Two hot twins. I promise they're hot, but not in the way you want them to be.
Whoa!
How the hell did you guys get here?
That's one of our super twin powers.
can't do
is
that,
that
man.
we can teleport anywhere
anytime we want to.
Anytime we want to, without that nasty sulfur smell that Nightcrawler emits.
I'm 60 pounds overweight. You guys can't keep doing that.
He could have a heart attack.
It's not good. No Elizabeth. No teleportation in the studio. How are you guys doing? It's nice to see you.
Hey, doing great.
Yeah,
Doing great. Great to be back.
Might I say your shirt is impeccably tight, sir.
It is very tight.
I
I
promise.
stole it from Zach's 10-year-old.
We promised the ladies that we would have a couple of hot twins. Don't they look alike? My God, look at that. Take them
Yes.
to the gun show, Ryan.
I'm giving away the
too.
tickets for free because the podcast is suffering that bad.
Boom. We broke.
Taking shots below the waist already, and we haven't even got the oil out, folks.
No.
That is part of the whole twin thing. By
You
the
mean
way.
we got to wait for the oil wrestling again?
Well, it's not just wrestling. There's
You
some
keep
other things.
telling me that to bring me out here, and then all of a sudden I have to wait for it.
Did you see
They
the?
just offered me Twizzlers.
Did you see the drain when you came in?
Yeah, I did.
We're making a snuff film.
It's gentleman snuff films,
They
yes.
don't know that yet, though.
That really explains the chains on the wall. That's so unfortunate.
Planning ahead now.
I didn't shave.
You gentlemen are here to talk about something that is a little close to home. Because
Actually, it
you're
is kind of
both-
close to home. I do want to make an announcement first.
Okay.
The Alley Theater once again has their Superhuman Festival. This year the theme is superheroes.
Wow.
And I was fortunate enough to land the lead role in Bat Hamlet. Hence the
Really?
normally I'm like the Man of Steel when I come in here.
Does Dad know?
I have not talked to Dad about it yet, but it's a secret identity for a reason.
Oh, I see.
They should have called it Bamlet.
They
I
could
didn't
have
even
called
know
it
till I got
Bamlet, but
here.
it's Bat Hamlet. It's put on by great people with great people.
Bam.
So show runs from end of March through the middle of April. So
Awesome.
it'll be
Sounds
fun.
exciting.
I've read through the
I love
script.
the
I've
Alley
read through the
Theater.
script already. It's hilarious.
Cool.
It gives me a chance to make an absurd ass out of myself in public,
And
which
No,
usually I'm not
never done
allowed to do that.
Never done that before.
why do that? You can do it in front
Usually
of the
that's
entire
up to
internet
me.
right here.
Yeah, well, it's
But no alcohol is involved in this one. You're actually memorizing lines.
yeah. I have to memorize lines. I can't just free
Nice.
flow.
Well,
it.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that you were an actor. That's cool.
I do act. I've done a few
I didn't
things.
know
For,
it either.
I've done a few things for Zach and a few things that we can actually put on the air.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Wow. Let's look at Zachary's eyes, all big.
Zachary's eyes got a little big there.
That's
It's
not
okay.
all they got big.
Oh,
Stop it,
that-
swell.
You're
look
gonna
at it.
tip the tripod.
It was
over.
the it's that tattoo of Walt Disney's frozen head on his ass that just sort of
I believe they have Walt Disney's head in a
Cryogenesis.
jar somewhere.
yeah
It's
It
along
talks
there
like
with
this.
Ted Williams.
yep right along with Ted Williams.
All right, so let's talk
We
about.
are here for a reason.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Awkward pause.
What is that reason?
That
Ryan?
reason is my brother Robert and I.
Robert and Ryan.
Robert and Ryan.
Robert and Ryan.
Yes, because he's older than me by 7 minutes.
6
Ooh.
minutes you didn't have oxygen.
He's choking you out on the way in. Sorry.
Yeah.
go ahead.
Literally a rear naked joke.
Literally a rear naked. Well, not so much because I was breech birth.
You were breached.
Born ass first.
Oh, wow.
Our toes were interlocked.
Our
It was all
toes were
down. It was all
yeah, we were
down.
almost conjoined at the feet. It was freaked our mother out.
All right, so we
We are here to talk about the best and worst twin representations in comic book and cartoon history.
now this is going to be interesting because I'm very curious on your all's thoughts as twins. I think this.
Yes,
is cool.
as twins, I think we have a unique perspective on what actually constitutes being a quality. Awesome twins.
As opposed to lame-ass nerdo twins that we're going to bust today.
We're going to bust it up.
All right,
We're going to bust it up.
We're
So,
we're gonna bust it.
we're going to start with the
Bust
best.
it all over the internet.
Oh, God.
We're going to
Oh, God.
This is an edited show. Okay.
This is an edited show, so we better roll through it. So we'll start with the best from the bottom up. We've got the top 6 best twin representations because they were the only 6 couples I could come up with off the top of my head.
Okay.
And then the 6
and
worst.
the 6 worst. So coming in at number 6 as the best, the Thundercats, Wile E. Kit and Wile E. Cat.
Ooh, I like that. That's
Yeah,
good.
a lot of times when you have twins that are in like a cartoon or in a comic book, what begins to happen is they are some kind of the Achilles heel of the group. But there are many times
The
where
Wile E. Kit and Wile E. Cat contributed.
gets them
Exactly.
out of the trouble.
Exactly.
Lean a little closer to the mic.
Oh, okay.
There you go,
Yeah,
baby.
there we go.
I know you're not used to.
You just real like
This is my first time on the show. You guys had to get on.
when it's brushing your mustache, when you're uncomfortable with it.
I was already there when I walked in the snuff door.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah, so there we go.
Set
All
the
right,
record.
so Wile E. Kit, number Cat, coming in at number 6. At number 5, the Crimson Twins, Tomax and Zaymot of the Crimson Guard from G.I. Joe fame.
Yes.
Number 5 because
I'm lost on that one.
number 5 because they trained on a tropical island. They were complete and total badasses. They were gymnasts. They ran the legitimate business front for Cobra to funnel
The
money into
extensive
it. Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Cobra!
And one of them had a scar on his face, and they were actually the epitome of what a mirror reflection twin is supposed to be. One is left-handed, one is right-handed.
Yes.
Too high for this.
Tomax.
Oh my God!
Tomax and Zaymot. I mean, their names were
Palindromic.
Palindromic is forward and backward.
Forward and backward. That's
Imagine
how I like
that.
it. That's how I like it.
Okay.
All right, what you got there on 4?
Coming in, this one stirred up a bit of controversy for my brother and I because
I don't think it's twins, but I mean, he's
says,
trying to claim
he says
it
it's
is.
not twins. I say it is. Is in Marvel Comics, Wonder Man and Vision had Vision's
Yeah,
brain
I'm
patterns
too.
were identical to Wonder Man's. So I'm saying they were identical twins. They were. It set it up in the comic books where Scarlet Witch and
Awkward
Vision,
love triangle.
Yes, it was an awkward love triangle, but Scarlet Witch and Vision, they had this whole 12 series comic book about the twins, and Wonder Man came in to protect. It teamed up with Magneto to protect Scarlet Witch while
She was
Doctor
giving birth,
Strange
yeah.
delivered the twins. Yeah, so I'm saying they were twins.
I'll
throwing
let you
that out
roll
there.
with that
I'm
one.
not even going to debate you.
I'm just gonna like way off on that.
Yeah, I remember the series.
Oh, that's
okay.
good. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
we did read the
Number
series.
three. He-Man
And She-Ra.
and
Yeah,
She-Ra.
yeah, okay.
He-Man and She-Ra.
Love
Okay,
that
they were both
role.
the most powerful figures on their respective planets. They both-
Eternia and Etheria.
Yes.
And I mean, if you look at everything that was going on with the situation that we're at, He-Man was pretty much battling Skeletor, who was a nuisance more than he was anything else. Where she was kicking the crap out of Hordak, who actually was running the planet.
Had control
She
over
was
Etheria.
hot.
She was hot, and Kodak
she
was
could
always
heal
coming
you.
onto her.
Yeah, she was.
Sexual healing.
By the-
When I
by the-
get that feeling, I want sexual healing. Sexual.
By the power of my gray penis, move forward to 2.
Moving.
Gray. This is something that you need to talk to your doctor
He's been
about.
choking it out too much.
Yeah.
Autoerotica.
Number 2, Captain Britain and Psylocke.
Holy shit.
So they're more of an
From
example of twins who didn't necessarily have the exact same powers, and we're seeing this an awful lot in that they're also male-female twins. That's represented more in comics and cartoons than in anywhere else.
Wow.
Psylocke is obviously a mutant, and was in several different groups and affiliations, whereas Captain Britain was on death's door, and Merlin gave him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Could not
That's an
refuse.
interesting point.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
Okay.
But they were both highly trained combatants. Yes. And the number one, just like that kung fu fight,
Just like it.
And the number one all-time twin representation in comic books, Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch.
Okay. I like that. I
Yeah,
give you that.
he was super fast, faster than the Flash. Some would argue.
Mm-hmm.
And
she had powers over chaos.
Yes, she could control chaos. She
The
could
powers
project
were different
chaos.
from one another,
Yes.
and they weren't complementary powers either. They were
No,
individually strong powers.
Yes, individually strong powers. And they are so cool as comic book characters that 2 production companies, Marvel's The Avengers, Age of Ultron, will have Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in it. X-Men Days of Future Past
We'll have Quicksilver in it.
will have Quicksilver in it. So it's if they were really lame superheroes,
They wouldn't be in 2 separate movies.
they wouldn't be in 2 separate movies by 2 separate production companies.
I agree with that.
Okay. So the worst twin representations of all time. This is
Okay,
the
that's
this is
weird.
the one we're really going to get our chance to sink our teeth into this, because these were so stereotypically bad.
Bad.
They were
Just
so
horrible.
stereotypically horrible.
Bad.
Coming in at number 6, the worst twins in comic books and cartoons.
Okay.
Xandar and Zarena from G.I. Joe. They were Zartan's younger twin
Oh
brother.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like
that
Xandar
bad.
was barely
Wow.
even in the whole thing.
Yeah,
Like,
you
he
didn't
never
hear
even had any
anything.
speaking lines.
You didn't hear anything from Xandar at all.
They're supposed to be like
no.
masters of disguise. Zarena's going after like a G.I. Joe, and they're
Yeah.
making fun of her for it all the time.
Yeah, but they were redheads that
Turned blue in the sun.
Turned blue in the sun.
Don't like that.
No,
That's
the direct
stereotypical.
sunlight. That's stereotypical being redheaded twins. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
No ginger jokes in the comments.
No ginger jokes.
Sorry. Let's go.
Besides,
on.
we're daywalkers. I have brown eyes. I can hold a tan.
You guys are Irish, right?
A little bit. Maybe more like a lot.
More like a lot.
I'm mostly Irish. So. See,
I know.
we got something else in common in this little triangle. here.
Oh,
Ah,
Yeah,
yes. All right.
You guys don't even have to touch. Sorry, go ahead.
Eiffel
Tower.
jokes.
Eiffel Tower. Sorry, go on. Get that taste out of your
All
mouth.
right, at number 5, worst twin representations in comics: Steelheart and Steel Will from the Silverhawks.
Horrible, because
Terrible.
they were supposed to be the in shape, totally like badass Silverhawks that were coming in there, and they had to get artificial fucking hearts.
Because they were going
They
into heart
couldn't
failure
handle the process.
of becoming Silverhawks.
They should have let them die.
They were like both physically fit personal trainers, and Robert and I being physically fit personal trainers. To say that we have bad hearts is terrible.
That is terrible.
That's not even believable.
I can see it beating through your shirt, baby. You're good. You
Yeah.
got good heart.
It's because the shirt's too tight.
It's again, I stole it from Zach's
See your
10-year-old.
liver. Sorry, good.
It's right in here in the upper quadrant. Okay.
Upper glottomouth.
Yeah. Coming in at number 3, Alpha Flight's Aurora and North Star.
Didn't even know what any of their powers
Didn't
were,
know what their
first of
powers
all.
were.
I mean,
No.
North Star, his only claim to fame was that they brought him out to be a gay superhero.
To sell.
Comics, just to have controversy. It's
Yeah.
like he farted glitter. And that was his
That was his superpower. And then Aurora, what? What does she do? Why is she there?
Nobody knows.
Nobody
I'm
knows.
still stuck on fart and glitter. I picture like one of those party kazoo sounds, like, and it just glitter. I want that as a superpower.
Armageddon!
Well, and also they're,
Make
they're
some
Canadian
money on the
too.
weekends.
And
They
They
you're
are
probably
Canadian,
pissed you
and
can't
nobody
marry
cares
Wolverine.
about Canadians.
I'll be at the circuit
Not even
party.
Canada cares about Canadians.
Yeah, most of the good ones
I
come to America.
love Canada. Canada's not a bad place.
I didn't say Canada was a bad place.
We got Tim Hortons, Joe. Know what Tim Hortons is? No, of course not, because you guys are personal trainers.
That's right.
Nope.
I have no idea
They're
what
the
it is.
most delicious donuts on earth.
Coming in at number 2, worst twin representations.
Okay.
And this one scarred Robert and I for life.
Because it made both lists.
It's made both lists.
Okay, all right.
The Crimson Twins from G.I. Joe. Tomax and Zaymot.
I mean, we were always forced to play them at, whenever
During
it was like
recess.
And there was this one time where it was like literally everybody
You were
against the
forced
Crimson
to play
Twins.
them?
Yeah,
Yes!
it was like the whole playground
20
at
fucking
recess
people.
against us.
And then they found out why you don't have us be the Crimson Twins. We
Wow.
just beat the shit out of
just beat
everybody.
the ever living shit out of them. But forevermore, people asked, you punched one, and
Did you feel
pretty much debilitated the other because the other felt it directly.
No, people just go
Right.
up and start punching
one.
around the head
So
and
if
be
you
like, do you
poke-
feel it? Do you feel it, Rob? Do you feel it? Like, no, just keep going.
That'd be great for like oral sex, though. What I'm saying
Actually, it isn't.
because it would double up. Every time.
That's a little bit too much Wonderment gum right
I'm
there.
just saying. I didn't mean.
That's why there were twins in the Wrigley Spearmint commercials. They had to chew and get that taste out of their mouth.
While they're riding a bicycle.
It's a unicycle. That's crazy that you guys were forced to play that, though. But that's
Yeah,
cool.
it was pretty much forced to. And it's
Childhood.
like, which one's Tomax, which one's Zaymot, try to separate us. We made our stand at the slide.
Made her stand at the slide, but
Stand at the
it started at the log cabin, and then I like jumping off and just started kicking people in the face off of the log cabin. Climb
and
back
then
up, kick them
just
again.
Climb back up, kick them
Sometimes you just
again.
go take care of business. You got TCB, baby.
That's right.
You didn't know that you could use a seesaw as a weapon until we did.
Never had a chance.
We did. All right. And the absolute worst, consensus number one worst representation of twins all time, the Wonder Twins, Zan and Jaina.
I'm lost on this one.
Oh, they're absolutely horrible because, first of all, it's the only way they could get their powers to even start working is like Wonder Twin powers activate,
and they had to touch fingers, or
no, they had to bump knuckles.
They had to bump knuckles, or something.
Before it was
like
like
that.
even
They had to make some sort of physical contact before they could use their powers.
They're doing this because one was an innie, one was an outie, and that's what was it right there.
Pretty much what it was right there. So they had to touch. They had to like physically touch to initiate their powers, and then once they did, Jaina became some sort of just wild beast that could
do
ravage
anything.
Anything.
Could be like a griffin or like a shape of.
Nice.
Yeah, in the shape of a, and then Zan would be in the form of, and it usually
it could be a bucket of water, and like not even an evil sponge could absorb them.
Yeah, is some sort of lame water power.
I'll tell you what, man. You guys put a lot of thought into this, and I really think it's very interesting. And I would like our viewers, if you have some observations about this topic, please go ahead and leave them in the video comments, and you can argue with these guys. I promise you, they will argue back with you.
You bet your sweet ass will argue back with you.
We've been arguing all our
lives. Big thanks again to our guests here. We got Ryan and Robert. And do you work for Phantom Fest? Some have I seen you around there?
No, I have not yet.
No, not yet. Well, see, look at you. We're starting. Drink the Kool-Aid, buddy. Drink it because it's good and it's tasty. Speaking of which, go to www.phantomfest.com, the coolest entertainment convention in the Midwest, and follow us on Facebook /Nerdosphere. We're also on Twitter. So, you guys say goodbye, wave, tell the nice people on YouTube. Have
goodbye.
A nice day. Stay nerdy.
People on YouTube,
nerd responsibly.
Stay nerdy. Nerd responsibly.
We'll see you guys.
And don't nerd and drive.
See you next time.